Hi everyone, Coach is here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Joe Barden.
Hey, Tom, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Nice win. Now that you've seen it up close and personal, what's that like to watch Zion play point guard?
I think, I said it earlier, it's the athleticism, but it's the power and the speed combined. It just puts so much pressure on you. And I think he and Ingram have great chemistry together. And so when those guys are involved in plays, they also play off each other very well. And they've been playing great basketball. So it's a good, solid win for us. But the challenges keep coming.
Bruce Beck.
Tom, I know you've lost some leads this year, but tonight you were down by 5 with 2:34 left, and then you're up by 9 with 10:22 left in the fourth, a 17-3 run. What do you think of your team's ability to change the flow of the game in a positive way?
Yeah, and that's sort of the nature of our league right now. Leads, and I mentioned this many times, they're never safe, and you can never let your guard down. So it swings both ways. That's why you can never quit on a game. If you're down, you just got to keep working the game. They're long games. You can work your way through it. And with the three-point shot, it allows you to make up ground quickly. So the thing that I like about us offensively right now is from the start of the season to where we are today is the threes that we are getting are really high percentage plays. Guys are playing for each other. They're making great rim reads, and then it's rhythm basketball from there.
Bobby Childs.
Coach, it looks like Alec and Reggie are almost like clones, right? They both 4 for 7 today from the three-point line. But Alex, particularly in the fourth quarter, seems to just play at a higher level. What are you seeing with him and as you put him in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, both guys are invaluable to us, and they both star in their roles. And so with Reggie, we get the catch-and-shoot game, and we get great defense. And it opens up the floor, creates space for our guys who can go off the dribble. And Alec, it's not only his three, but more importantly, his ability to go off the dribble. So we have multiple guys that can break the defense down and force it to collapse. And once we do that, we just have to make the right reads. But I like the versatility of both guys. They're veteran leaders. They're very positive leaders for our young guys. And I think that's helped a lot with the growth of the team, particularly for all our young players.
Ian Bagley.
Yeah, Tom, I guess Nerlens was a scratch before the game, and then you have obviously Taj starting and Norvell slides in there. What did you think of the minutes that you got from him?
Great. And these guys have done a great job all year long. When Mitch went out, Nerlens was ready, stepped in, did a terrific job. Taj stepped in, gave us great backup minutes. The one thing about Taj that is you can start him. You can bring him off the bench. You could have him situational. He's the same every day. Always ready, always team first. Norvell was terrific. He's been putting in a lot of extra work. He's still, finding his way and learning the system. But his length, shot blocking, the rim protection is huge for us.
Jonathan Macri.
Hey, Coach. I asked you before the game about the plan to stop Zion. If I asked you now whether the plan all along was to swarm him in the fourth, I'm pretty sure you're not going to admit it. But so I'll just ask generally, what did you think of the fourth quarter defense tonight, and how happy were you with it?
Yeah, and I think that's sort of when you deal with special players, you're going to have special rules. You have to game plan for them. And then you have to be willing to say, when you commit the second defender, okay, how are we going to react out? And you want to take care of the ball, the paint, react out, cover the line. But that also puts you in rotation. And the thing you're concerned with is they're a great offensive rebounding team. And so we were concerned with that as well. But he keeps a lot of pressure on you. And the thing is he's a shot maker. So even there's many times you think you have him bottled up pretty good, and he still can figure it out. He knows how to use his body and create space and get shots off. and he's a quick second jumper in terms of following his misses. So that puts enormous pressure on your defense.
Mark Berman.
Hey, Tom, what was it like to have the owner here cheering you on in a big road win?
That was great. It's always great to have him around. I think the players appreciate it. We had Dr. Callahan here as well, so excited to have her. So perhaps there are good luck charms. And of course, Leon and Wes. They had a full house.
Steph Bondy.
Just to follow up on that, has it been different? Like, is the owner has he been around the team as often? I know because of COVID, I don't know if any restrictions, but how often has he been around the team this season?
Well, all the home games, virtually all the home games, unless he has some business that'll take him out of town. But he's been very supportive. He's been great for us. He's been great with me. I know Leon and Wes and Scott Perry in constant communication. Everything that we have asked for in terms of having a first-class organization, he's been committed, and you can't ask for anything more from an owner. And so we're excited about that.
Steve Popper.
Hey, Tom, is there something you see with Alec in the fourth quarter? Is it confidence, or is this something you've seen throughout his career, that he's a fourth quarter kind of guy?
Well, he's always been a big shot maker, and he's got great poise. The poise under pressure is huge. The game's not too big. He doesn't get rattled, and he dealt with, they were in a drop, then they adjusted to the blitz, and then there was some switching, and he just plays at the same speed, and he makes great reads on the defense, and we can play off of that. So ideally, if you can get two onto the ball, it should be easy offense.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
Hi, everyone. Julius Randall's here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Ian Bagley.
Hey, Julius, 4 in a row for you guys coming off a stretch of, I think you had dropped 5 or 6. What does it say about this group just to kind of bounce back in that fashion?
Just a resilient group. That's who we've been all year. Just battling through adversity, whatever the season throws at us, injuries, tough schedule, road trip, whatever it is. We find a way to fight through all year. That's who we've been.
Joe Barden.
Hey, Julius, back-to-back 30-pointers for you against your 2 former teams. Is there any chance that you had actually circled these couple games just because they were actually one after the other?
No, I didn't circle. I always circle the Lakers. I always know when we're playing them. But as far as back-to-back against former teams, there was no added juice and motivation for this game. Like I said before, I enjoyed my time thoroughly in the city. I had a lot of fun, and it's a great city, great people, it's great food. So, the culture is great here. So I love playing here. So there really was no animosity or anything.
Jonathan Macri.
Hey, Julius. Tibbs always talks about taking it one game at a time, but earlier today he also kind of, implied that you guys do have the bigger picture in mind. Is the top 6 seed important to you, or is it just let's get to the finish line as best as we can?
We're all fighting for something, and we are taking it a game at a time. But top 6 would be great, obviously. But like I said, we're all fighting for something. We're trying to get to, what our goal is as a team, and we have to do it one game at a time. We took care of home, got the first win on the road, and we go to Dallas and need to get another win. So it's that point in the season where every game honestly feels like a playoff game, and it has that type of intensity to it. So just like I said, we're taking it one game at a time and just trying to take care of business the best we can.
Bobby Childs.
Julius, you've played against Alec Burke in the league, and now this is your first year getting a chance to have him as a teammate, seeing him up close and personal. What really stands out in his game?
Just extremely dynamic on the offensive end and defensive end. But he can get to spots on the court. He scores at all 3 levels, can finish, get to the mid range, and obviously can shoot the three. So, he's a tough matchup. He's a tough guard.
Mark Berman.
Hey, Julius, what was it like, facing Zion for the first time? And how do you think the defense was on him? And were you very happy with how it turned out?
Yeah, he's a tough matchup, man. He's explosive. He doesn't settle. He gets to the paint, he finishes well. And when teams collapse, he makes the right plays. He doesn't really force anything. So, he's definitely gifted. And he's a tough matchup for sure. So, it's a challenge playing against him. You got to show him a lot of bodies. And one-on-one, you got to take the matchup. But it's a team effort. It's sort of similar to guarding Giannis. It's a team effort and how you try to guard him and wall him off.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, Julius, with that being said, you guys were able to hold him down in the fourth quarter there. Was that just blitzing him and sending more bodies at him or faster bodies? I mean, what was the strategy there?
No, we just stayed to our normal game plan. Like I said, we just showed him a lot of bodies. They set those low angle pick and roll, so those are kind of tough to go under the screens on him. But we just try to show him as many bodies as we can, limit what he does in transition, and then make him give the ball up. And then it's tough as well because Brandon Ingram is a huge problem. He does a lot on the court and able to get to spots and make a lot of tough shots. So that's another problem in itself. So they're a good team. They're a good up and coming team for sure.
Steve Popper.
Julius, you talked about all the things Alec brings offensively, but do you notice something different about him in the fourth quarter?
Not scared at the moment. Not scared at the moment. Not scared to take shots. And that's huge.
Thank you, Julius.
Thank you, guys.
Steve Popper.
Yeah, Alec, we were asking Tom about this. Just, is there something with the fourth quarter that you feel confident in?
Sorry, I was. What'd you say? My fault.
Just the fourth quarter has kind of been a time. I think you're fourth in the NBA in scoring percentage of your points in the fourth quarter. Is there something different you do in the fourth quarter, or a different attitude you take?
No, I think it's just the approach Coach take. He talked about earlier in the season, man. The fourth quarter is different than the other three quarters. You just got to bring your A game because it's gonna be a physical quarter because everybody's trying to come out with the win. And I just try to help my team any way I can.
Ian Bagley.
Hey, Alec, you're on the ball, you're off the ball. Do you have a preference there, being on or off? And I guess how do you approach each?
No, I don't have no preference. Wherever Coach wants me at that time or that play, I play either or.
Mark Berman.
Hey, Alec, you've been such a big contributor this season. Do you feel sometimes your work gets overshadowed because of some of the bigger names on the team and you don't do a lot of interviews?
Nah, I don't care. I'm not in this to be popular. And I love the game. I love helping my teammates. I just want to do whatever I can to help my teammates win and win out there. Make it to the playoffs. I care less about getting notoriety for it.
Bobby Childs.
Alec, what is it about Tibbs' system that fits your game so well?
I think he just puts everybody in position their strong points, and everybody plays off each other, and that's what I feel like that's what we have an even playing field with. He knows my strong suits, what I do well, and he just puts me in position as he does everybody else on the team. So I think that's what it's been working.
Thank you, Alec.